Hey guys, this is John from CounterProductiveGaming, and I'm going to show you how to do Ukrainian Job on the hardest difficulty, silent, solo. So, for the purposes of this video, I've just gone into buy the contract, but you can wait until it comes up on there on Overkill or whatever difficulty you want to do it on. And, yeah, it'll come up just then. So, it's worth noting that I've got silent drills available to me. I don't think you need to have silent drills. I think you can have them quieter than normal, but it definitely helps, so bear that in mind. I've also done the silenced weapon, and that is imperative. You're definitely going to need that. I've got the ECM jammer, but you don't need that either unless someone starts to phone someone, and then you want to throw that on the floor quickly to try and stop jam the signal. So yeah, it's going to load up now, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. So I look down this side and the gate is shut and there's a civilian down there, so go down the other way because there's two ways around the back of Ukrainian Job. Usually there's some scaffolding just here, bear in mind that sometimes it's not there. So around this corner there's nothing. That crate as well can be in different locations. It can be just down here blocking the windows, which is actually quite useful, but for this one unfortunately I wasn't. I've got the perk as well where I can highlight people when I'm in casing mode. You don't need that at all, I'm just using it to kind of help. So what you want to do is just wait for this guard to move into a better position, so he is completely out of view of everyone else around there. So prepare your mask, get out of casing and shut him up as quickly as possible. Kind of gruesome kill, sorry about that. So once you've killed him, the pager will go off. Answer the pager. If you're playing on Xbox One, you will know the pain of pressing down that RB button because it feels like you're just going to slip off it at any point. So answer the pager, you should be good to go, and then go to the left side, or the right if you're looking at it from the beginning. So check there's no more guards. You want to clear out all the guards around the back first. Open up this window, and then as you open up the window, there will always be a guard standing next to the camera, just there. Pop him, jump in, and answer the pager again. So if you haven't put into the perks, you will have one body bag. I suggest that you use your body bag on this guy just here, because he's in a bad place and people will be able to see him. As you can see, then I nearly got caught as well by that security guard. So you want to get rid of this bag. And also, unless you've got like a perk where you can throw the bags like a lot further and stuff, it's hard to throw a bag out that window or jump out with the bag. So have a look over there, check where the guard is. So there's no real way for me to jump in there that way quickly, so opening up the other side just makes for a quicker way of getting out as well, so can't hurt. Once you go in, I know now for a fact that there's only one more guard, because there's always between 1 and 3 guards walking around the back. There's one always standing still that doesn't have a path next to the camera, and then there's this guy that roams around. So he goes in the front room, moves into the back, and you want to basically wait until he comes into somewhere where you can capitalise on it, like just here, so no one can see him. Answer the pager. Now I know for definite that there's no guards anywhere, but use the camera just in case, just to make sure that there's nothing else untoward that I need to be aware of. So looking in the front, they're all civilians, everything's all good to go. So I make my way across to the other side of the room, shout these two guys down. There's between 1 and 3 people in this room. I haven't got any perks in cable ties, so I've only got 2, and you'll see later how that's kind of my downfall. But yeah, tie those 2 up so now they can't phone anyone or do anything, and set your drill off on the other one as well. You can do this loud with C4 if you really want to. I just showed then actually that you don't need to worry about that camera because you've taken out the guy that's standing next to the camera stuff, so cameras can look at you all they want to. Doesn't make any difference. Keep restarting your drills. Keep looking back and forth. No one should come around the back except for a civilian that does roam. So be aware that he's going to like join you at some point as well, unless there's 3 in here, in which case it should be quite fine. I may fast forward through here because you're just going to wait for the drills to go. So we will see you once the drills have finished. So you want to pick this lock, because this is going to be your escape exit. So just make sure you've got that open You can do it afterwards if you want to, but there you go, there's the civilian, the roaming civilian, so shoot him down, shout him down, I mean. Now, because I didn't have any cable ties, I can only have 2, so I've got to make the decision whether or not to leave him there, keep shouting him down, or just pop him. And I did. This cost 12,000, so unfortunately that's cost me a little bit of money, but I do make up for it afterwards. So, and I've also got the perk where I've got another body bag as well, so if you haven't got that, then you're just going to have to leave him. But bear in mind that you haven't got to worry about too much about people like walking around the back and stuff, because only one person roams, in my experience, and I have done this a load of times now. So, you've also noticed as well that this safe is a different colour. It's a Titan safe, meaning that you can't use C4 on it, you've got to drill it. That's because they patched it, so before you could just run in C4, run straight back out, but they've stopped doing that anymore. So what I'm checking here for is to see if the hot dog cart's there, and it is. You've got a 50-50 chance, I believe it is, if the hot dog cart is going to be there or not. If it is there, then that means there's 2 policemen outside as well, meaning that if any civilians walk past as you're trying to escape, or if you're trying to get money out of the front room, then it's basically not going to happen. As soon as they see that someone's like been alerted outside, they'll get alerted, and you need to get over there quickly and shoot them down, otherwise just escape. So one of the safes is open, and the tiara wasn't in there, and that's the whole point of this mission, by the way. You need the tiara, and that's it. So once this one's open, you'll see that it is in here, and it's definitely in either one of these safes. There's nowhere else it could be. So here it is, tiara, and a little bit of cash as well. So at this point, you can just run if you want to. Just go out of that window, run down the side, and even if some people see you, it's not enough time for them to be able to call anyone. But what I'm going to do is be a little bit greedy and shout everyone down in the front room. So as long as you've got control over everyone, then that is definitely the best way to go about it. Because if they're like standing up or whatever, they're just going to phone people. Tom made a fair point to me in that if I was using my other gun when I was shouting people down, you have a higher threat level, so they're going to stay down for longer. So do that. Don't do what I did. Smashing the cabinets, going to get all of the jewellery, the pick-up jewellery. I've got a perk as well that gives me a little bit more money if I pick up stuff, so if you haven't got it, don't worry, just get a little tiny bit less. You want to pick up as much as you can. I've got a bag on my back at the moment, and I think there are between 6 and 10 bags available in this one. So if you really want to, you can do it. I have done this mission with and taken all of the money out the back, all of the pick up loot and everything like that, and got a fair payday. But as I've tried to escape there, one of the guys has kind of been semi-alerted outside, so he is unsure about what's going on. I don't think he can see me, but he can detect that there's something going on inside. He's not spooked anymore, so I had the option to escape if I wanted to, but I'm going to be a little bit greedy. Sneak around the back. And then I completely forget that by going this way, it's shut and there's a civilian. So remember what has happened. Otherwise, you're just going to get in trouble like that. So I shouted her down, decided that I'm going to shout this guy down as well. Shout him down. And luckily, the police haven't seen it. So I'm just going to quickly try and take a little bit more loot, just while I'm in here. Get one more bag. Because why not? A little bit more money. And then keep shouting everybody down, because obviously there's like a time. I think it's between 30 and a minute and a half, like seconds, I mean. And they could just start to stand up. Now, as you can see on the left, another person's been alerted, which means that the police are going to get alerted because they can see what's going on. And because of that, I've got 2 options. I can either go away, which I have done, like a tail between my legs kind of style, or you can run straight over there, shoot the police down, and go back in there and do what you can to take as much money as possible. It is easier if you've got multiple people, because someone can be on crowd control while the other people, loot and stuff like that. But it is completely possible on your own, and it is completely possible to take all of the bags out as well. It's best if the hot dog cart isn't there, because you can imagine if that person just then, when he was lying down outside, no one would have seen him. You could just shout him down and keep him in control, and that's it. Fair bit of XP available, and you can see I got a fair reduction on that as well because I've done it so many times. So I hope that was helpful. If you did like it, like it. If you want to see more, then subscribe, and I will see you soon. Thank you.
Hello.
Leave on. I'm staying with the arrows.
They're all skeleton captains. I thought there was just going to be one.
Right, stay slow and steady. DPS.
For the guild. Oh, Sven's helping.